بقت لايف. يلا يبدأ. السلام عليكم. طيب ورحمة الله وبركاته. طيب مش هنشتغل. Maybe I have to start sharing first and then record. start sharing ليه؟ نقفل كده. خلاص هنعمل without sharing number one. طيب بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Welcome in the first lesson in Newc Islam course, the training course for the educators who will look after for the new Muslim, and very important for everyone who deal with new Muslim to know the basics and the principle of the Islam, and accordingly to the belief of Ahl Sunnah, in order, because the new Muslim is need to perfect their belief. They left their religion and they so keen to perfect. ما تشوف في كومنت كده ماشي كده، شكرا. دوس على الكومنت مور، شوف هنا بص مور كده، هنا تحت. لا دي واحدة. طيب إن شاء الله we start first is with the belief, which is the core of Iman. And inshallah there will be 4 sessions inshallah every Friday inshallah. I'm sorry about late because some technical issue in we don't have plan to start live, but because many requests from brothers and sisters to join online, so this is the reason that we delayed the lesson. So anyway, this course will be 4 sessions inshallah. Today the first one. We will go through the belief concept and also the basic of the fiqh, because new Muslim sometimes need to know how to pray, how to perform fasting, all this kind of ruling. The educator who will teach the new Muslim has to aware about it. Also, we'll go through some of the hadith and sunnah al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and adab al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in session 2 and 3 inshallah, which is dealing with the very basic hadith in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the sunnah in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the manners and the akhlaq of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in order to teach the new Muslim this kind of that. And the last session inshallah will be like a practical session inshallah. Abu Hamza will do it inshallah based on his experience with new to Islam, with a Muslim new Muslim. So this will be a practical experience. He will share it with us to how to deal with a new Muslim, especially if they're coming from straight background. طيب Bismillah نبدأ إن شاء الله. We will start with the belief. I select this matn. Matn means a very simple or very summarized يعني book. This is my Sheikh Wahid Abdul Salam Ibn Bali حفظه الله. He summarized the basics of the Aqidah in maybe 20 pages, and we try to go through point by point. Inshallah, it's in Arabic, but I will translate, of course. Um, so this book called Al-Bidayah fil Aqidah means beginning of Aqidah, or introduction to Aqidah. We have 6 chapters in this book, or this matan. The chapter 1, Al-Imanu Billah, believe in Allah. Chapter 2, Al-Imanu Bil Malaika, believe in angels. Chapter 3, Al-Imanu Bil Kutub, believe in the divine book. Chapter 4, Al-Imanu Bil Rusul. Al-Imanu Bil Rusul, believe in the messengers. And chapter 5, Al-Imanu Bil Yawm Al-Akhir, the believe in the last day. And chapter 6, Al-Imanu Bil Qada'i Wal Qadar, so believe in the destiny, Al-Qadar Wal Qada. Both are the same, we'll explain, inshallah. Inshallah, try to finish this today, inshallah. We try to go through every one of these sections. طيب, first, الإيمان بالله عز وجل، وفيه 7 ضوابط. الضابط الأول توحيد الربوبية، وهو إفراد الله بأفعاله. الضابط الثاني توحيد الألوهية، وإفراد الله بالعبادة. الضابط الثالث توحيد الأسماء والصفات، وهو إفراد الله بما سمى وصف به نفسه في كتابه وعلى لسان رسوله. الضابط الرابع الإيمان بصفات الله من غير تحريف ولا تأويل ولا تشبيه ولا تكييف. الضابط الخامس العبادات 4 أقسام: عبادات بدنية، قولية، مالية، قلبية. الضابط السادس التوسل قسمان: قسم مشروع، وهو التوسل إلى الله باسم من أسمائه أو صفة من صفاته أو بعمل صالح أو بطلب الدعاء من الرجل الصالح. والتوسل الممنوع التوسل إلى الله بما لم يثبت في الشرع أنه وسيلة. والضابط السابع أصول الشرك 9: السحر، الكهانة، التطير، الذبح لغير الله، النذر لغير الله، الاستعاذة بغير الله، دعاء غير الله، الاعتقاد في النجوم والأنواع، الاعتقاد بأن غير الله ينفع أو يضر. طيب, quickly go through this principle. First principle, to have uniqueness for Allah as a Lord. Second, to have uniqueness of Allah as a God. Then also to have the uniqueness of Allah in His names and His attributes, as He affirmed to Himself in the Quran and on the Sahih Sunnah. Fourth, to believe in Allah's attributes as it, without deviation from the meaning and the wording, and without having what's called interpretation of the attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal, or without having similarities of attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal with His creation, and also without asking how these attributes we explain, inshallah. But let's start first by very important for the new Muslim to give him the pure belief. Don't go with him more details. Just give him the simple belief, like the belief of the Sahaba, the belief of the companions. Very simple. Allah is our Lord. Lord means that He is controlling everything. Lord, that He created everything. Lord, that means that He is give us the sustain and the provision, everything, and He is aware about everything. This is the Lordship. Then you go with Him in Tawheed al-Uluhiyya, or as a God. God means that you do the ibadah only to Allah Azza wa Jal. And we explain a different type of ibadah, different type of worship. So this is very important, especially for the new Muslim, to know that they should not ask or do ibadah, do worship like supplication, like oath, like vow, like qurban. It has to be only to Allah Azza wa Jal. It's very important. Also, when you come to the names and attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal, you have to follow the same way like Prophet and Sahaba, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sahaba radiallahu anhum did in the time of the Prophet, because Allah said in the Quran about them, فَإِنْ آمَنُوا بِمِثْلِ مَا آمَنْتُمْ بِهِ فَقَدْ اهْتَدَوْا, and if they believe like the same way like you believe, they'll be rightly guided. So this is a very simple, very straightforward concept. When you come to the names and attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal, we have to affirm what Allah affirms to Himself in His book and the Sahih Sunnah, and we affirm the wording and the meaning, and we don't ask how. Don't go in details with the new Muslim in this point, at this stage. Just give them a symbol that we believe that Allah Azza wa Jal is all hearing, all seeing, but not like our hearing or not our seeing, nothing similar like him and all hearing or seeing. Very simple. Allah himself different than us. Whatever comes in your mind about Allah is completely different. So your brain, your mind, it does not occupy or does not able to understand this kind of attributes. So just leave it without asking how. You believe it, believe the meaning and the wording, but you don't ask how. That type. Then believe in Allah Azza wa Jal names and attributes, all the attributes that Allah mentioned, without interpretation of the attributes. Like, for example, very simple example, when you discuss with a new Muslim about the creation of Adam alayhi salam, Allah clearly said in the Quran, وإذ قلنا للملائكة إني خالق بشرا من طين فإذا سويته ونفخت فيه من روحي فقعوا له ساجدين. This one. Another one. قال يا إبليس ما منعك ألا تسجد لما خلقت بيدي. So the first one, Allah said, when Allah said to Malaika, the angels, I will create a human from clay. And if I created a human and blow in him my spirit, so you prostrate to him. And here is, this does not mean that's Allah spirit inside the human. No, Allah will created a spirit and he add his name to this spirit just as a kind of honor to this human being. And this is one of the advantages of Adam. This one point very important to focus that if they ask this question. Also, the second one, قال يا إبليس ما منعك ألا تسجد لما خلقت بيدي. Oh Iblis, what is the thing that make you do not prostrate to the one I created by my hand? So Allah clearly said that he created Adam by his hand, and the hand is attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal. We affirmed the wording and the meaning, but we don't ask how this hand looks like. We always refer it to this verse, ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. Nothing similar like him, is all hearing and all saying. Like, then when you go to al-ibadah, very important ibadah, because this ibadah or worship is related to the second principle, which is to do ibadah only to Allah, to have worship only to Allah Azza wa Jal. There are 4 types of ibadah. When you explain to the new Muslim about ibadah, the ibadah by your body, ibadah by your saying, ibadah by your money, ibadah by your heart. So there are 4 types of ibadah: ibadah, body ibadah, saying ibadah, and money ibadah, and qalb ibadah or heart ibadah. Simply tell them, if they ask about the ibadah that you do by your body, is a very good example is the salah, the prayer. العهد الذي بيننا وبينهم الصلاة. So the covenant between the Muslim and non-Muslim, or the difference between Muslim and non-Muslim, is the prayer. So everyone have to pray 5 daily salah. This is the compulsory prayers. And as you know, Hadith Mu'adh, when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ sent him to Yemen, he asked him, start with them with the Tawheed, means without testifying there is no God but Allah, and the Prophet is a messenger of Allah ﷺ. And this is the concept that we mentioned now. And then you go with them if you accept that. So tell them that Allah prescribed on them 5 daily salah. And then if they accept, tell them that Allah prescribed on them a zakah, obligatory charity, taken from the wealthy people of them and given to the poor people of them. So ibadah, very simple. Tell them about the salah. Inshallah, also we will, when in new to Islam course, inshallah, when we start teaching them, we have a practical workshop for salah for them. We did that last year for sisters. The team did it for the sister. Inshallah, this year we do it for the brother. Inshallah, workshop for salah, starting from the wudu, or before wudu, tahara and wudu, and then how to perform salah. Inshallah, we go that inshallah in the fiqh session. Inshallah, in order to know the sunnah in Nabi Sallam in salah. So the salah is a very important ibadah as by your body. Also fasting, and it will be very challenging for the new Muslim to start fasting once he accepts Islam, because it's very hard for them at this stage. But we try to make them not force them as much as we can at the beginning, especially if they are struggle with this fasting. But on the other hand, we can let them practice fasting as much as they can, during before Ramadan. So before Ramadan, they have to try fasting before, and then time by time they will be able to fast. But fasting first, it is the compulsory on them. But at the beginning, we will deal with the salah. Of course, before that, tawheed and salah. And then when you come to fasting, we have to prepare them before months of Ramadan, give them more time to practice, give more time to be involved in practicing fasting voluntary. But at the end, they have to fast because they have to know that the fasting is one of the compulsory pillars of Islam. Then zakah and hajj, maybe they're not entitled to zakah because not anyone has to pay the zakah. We explain in fiqh. And also for hajj, maybe they're not entitled to do hajj. So at least these three principles: the tawheed, the salah, the fasting. And as I said, fasting, you have to be, let them practice fasting before Ramadan. Don't let them wait until Ramadan and then they start, oh, I cannot fast. No, they have to give them more time to practice fasting, inshallah. طيب. عبادة قولية. Then they teach them how to do the worship by tongue, especially the adhkar. Remembrance of Allah Azza wa Jal, mention Allah Azza wa Jal. Adhkar, different types of adhkar. Time by time, they will learn the adhkar al-sabah, the morning adhkar. We go through that in the adab session, inshallah. And the best ibadah by your tongue is Quran. طيب. We will face a challenge with a new Muslim in terms of Quran, especially in reading Surah Al-Fatiha, and they need to pray. Inshallah, we explain in fiqh what is the ruling of the new Muslim who not able to read or not recite the Quran or Arabic Quran or even translation. He cannot pray because he don't know how to read Fatiha. Inshallah, we explain what is the solution of that, inshallah. Then ibadatul maliyah, charity. There are two types: charity, obligatory and voluntary. And obligatory is zakah. We explain in fiqh what is zakah, what is the rule of zakah. And the charity is optional. And then ibadatul qalbiyah, the heart ibadah, which is a belief, actually, and sincerity in ibadah and love of Allah and His Prophet and the companions and the believers. Then number 6, at-tawassul, begging. Tawassul means that you ask Allah Azza wa Jal by, this is the authentic one. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal by His names or His attributes or by your righteous deed or from a righteous living person, not dead person. There are 4 types you can ask Allah Azza wa Jal with. First, you ask Allah by His name. Oh Allah, oh Allah ya Sami', oh Allah ya Basir, oh Allah ya Qawi, oh Allah ya Ghani, oh Allah, by His names. Or by His attributes. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة. I seek protection from the devil by the word of Allah Azza wa Jalla. This word of Allah is an attribute of Allah. Or by righteous deed, as you know the story of these people who entrapped in a cave and the big rock blocked the way, and then everyone started to ask Allah by His righteous deeds. The one who look after his parents, the one who didn't do the zina, adultery. The third one is give the one who worked for him his rights. Yes, so this can be done. Or you go to someone who you know he's a righteous person. And then you ask him to make dua for me, like Prophet Muhammad, like Umar al-Khattab. After the Prophet Muhammad sallam passed away, when they pray Salatul Istisqa, rain seeking salah, they went to the uncle of Prophet Al-Abbas. They didn't go to the grave of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then he said, "Oh Allah, we used to ask Prophet Muhammad sallam to make dua for us, but now we ask his uncle." This is very important. While the banned or the forbidden tawassul, anything other than that, so means that you cannot ask Allah Azza wa Jal through a dead person who already died. He has no ability to do something. Yani don't go to the grave of any awliya or any kind of that and ask them to cure my son. I ask you to have intercession for me to Allah as well. This is also it is yani incorrect way. Like then the 7 principles of shirk. So he explains the tawheed. So what about shirk? Shirk is the opposite of tawheed, and they are nines. One of the shirk or could lead to shirk is the sihr, the magic. So magic, it's haram in Islam. Magic, the opinion of the scholar about the magic or the magician, either he's a kafir or he's a fasiq, a corrupted person. If he use the jinn and the devils to help him in his magic, and because of that he do something haram or say something haram to satisfy them or to please them, in this case he'll be a kafir. But if he use some tricks, some يعني يسموها ايه light hand or خفة يد يعني very يعني he do some tricks but without doing, he's a fasiq in this case. But different here. But more likely السحر is something يعني actual. There is people do the sihr, do this magic, and the best treatment, and you can teach the new Muslim about treatment from the magic, is Surah Al-Baqarah. Keep it recited every day in your home, or if you are able to read it, read it. Also, if you protect yourself by the ruqya, like Surah Al-Fatiha, قل أعوذ برب الفلق, قل أعوذ برب الناس, and also by eating 7 dates, soft dates, ajwa in the morning, will protect you from the sihr. طيب, then al-kahana. Al-kahana, it is like you go to someone like a soothsayer or like a fortune teller. Some kahana wal arafa, same. We explain that in details, but يعني, just in case if someone asks you about some of the application happen now, it's kind of kahana. What they said, some of the application or some of the social media, maybe you can see, ask you press on this link and you'll see what happened for you in the future. This is an actual kahana.
How you look like
in 20 years. Everyone sees these links. This is, of course, maybe led to shirk, because no one knows the future except Allah Azza wa Jal. So this kahana, this kind of application, kind of this thing, it's kahana. Also التطير اسمها الأمز صح كده؟ الشائم اللي اسمه ايه؟ الشؤم يتشائم. Okay, when you see something, okay, what's it?
When bad luck.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So nothing is that in Islam. Everything is good for you, and you have to have glad tidings. Don't this not. Yeah. Also, number 4, slaughtering to under the name other than Allah Azza wa Jal. When people slaughter this sheep for this wali, or by saying by the name of such and such, not by the name of Allah, this calls haram to eat this animal. Also, doing a vow, another the same like has to be to Allah Azza wa Jal. Also, say a'udhu. The word a'udhu should be only to Allah Azza wa Jal. Don't say a'udhu. No, a'udhu billah only. Only by Allah, by Allah. أيضا supplication to someone else other than Allah. Also believe in the stars and the what's called الأنواع اللي هي زي astronomy, something like that. Yeah, some people maybe believe that in that. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam once night was rainy night, and then in the morning he told the Sahaba, do you know what happened last night? Last night, group of people يعني believe in Allah, and group of people disbelieve in Allah. And the first one who believe in Allah, that who said we have been rained by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. This believe in Allah. But the other one said we have rain because the star move and the cloud such and such, because this phenomena happen, then the rain comes. No. All that by Allah Azza wa Jal. So you have to believe that even the rain comes from the clouds gathering, but this is by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. You know that. You have to know that. Also, to believe that no one can give you benefit or give you harm except Allah Azza wa Jal. Only Allah Azza wa Jal give you that. But this is a 7 principle in Tawheed. Then believe in Allah. Then simply tell them about believe in Malaika. If you have any question, I will, before we go to the next one, I will open the microphone for you, sister, if you want to have any question. طيب, I open microphone for you, sister. If you have any question, just at any time, just stop us. No problem. Um, just 1 second. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. طيب, okay. Someone. طيب, okay. Then we go through the second pillars, which is believing the malaika, the angels. We have to believe in their existence, and there are many. We don't know how many of malaika. One hadith said that there are 70,000 angels enter the Baytul Ma'mur, which is a house in the heaven, like the Kaaba, and they do tawaf and they never back again. So every day. So there are many numbers we don't know. We believe in them all, and then believe that the malaika, Allah created them on obedience, and they don't know disobedience. Also, they are varied in terms of excellences and advantages and the level. And we have to know that, believe that Allah entrusts them for certain purposes and give them the ability to do that. Maybe they tell them about some of the names of the malaika, the names that has been described or mentioned in Quran or in Sunnah. Like, for example, Jibreel alayhi salam, he entrusted to revelation. And also Mikael, entrusted for the rain and the wind, and also Malakul Jibal, the mountain angel of mountains. And also we have also Malik. Malik is a guardian of the hellfires. And also we have angel of death, Malakul Maut. By the way, the Israel is not authentic hadith, the name. So his name is Malakul Maut. And also Israfil is a correct name. Israfil, the angel who will blow in the trump three times. One, everyone will be choked, and second one, everyone will be صاعقة من السماء, then نفخ أخرى فإذا, and then everyone will die, and then the third one, everyone will resurrect to the resurrection day. طيب, also we have Ridwan. It is not authentic hadith. Some scholar accepted the Ridwan, the angels of the paradise, but hadith, it's not strong enough. Also we have what else? Mu'aqibat. Mu'aqibat is the one protects the person from evil. Everyone have two mu'aqibat. And also we have Raqib and Atid. This actually could be the features of them, not the names. The Raqib, Atid, the one who record everything of the person. And in the grave, Munkar and Nakir, also it could be attributes, not names. But this is one of the famous names and the correct names of the Malaika. Then third pillars, which believe in the book, the divine book. And the revelation have 4 types. So communication between Allah and his messenger are through 4 ways. First, the dreams, الرؤيا المنامية. And Prophet Muhammad sallam start his mission as a prophet by seeing the dreams and come true in the morning. This was about how many months? I mentioned that in Sirah lesson. 6 months, yes. 6 months is that Allah Azza wa Jal start the revelation to Prophet Muhammad through the dreams. He saw the dreams and it comes true. Also, we have an-nafsu fi al-raw'i. Allah Azza wa Jal blow or send the revelation inside the soul of the Prophet, and then something like whispering inside him told him do such and such. And the third one, at-taklim min wara' hijab. So talking to the messenger from behind a veil, like Musa alayhi salam, like Muhammad alayhi salam when he was in Isra and Mi'raj. The last one is the most common one through the Malak, Jibreel alayhi salam, revelations through the Jibreel. Like, we have to believe that all the books come from Allah Azza wa Jal, the names that mention in the Quran or the Sunnah, and any other books we don't know about it. Because Allah Azza wa Jal send books we don't know the names. So generally we believe in all, and specifically we believe in all the Torah, Zabur, and Injil, and the Suhuf Ibrahim. All this believe in that, and also Quran. The last one is controlling all of that. Even the current divine book, it is not belongs to the initial, but we believe generally that initial was correct. Initial was from Allah Azza wa Jal, but then they fabricated and add and remove from it. But generally you have to believe all the books, even it's fabricated now, but we believe in the beginning it was correct. Also, we believe that all the books now except the Quran has been adulterated and fabricated or lost. And we believe in the Quran. Quran, as we explained many times in the Aqidah lesson, is the word of Allah. The word of Allah revealed to His Prophet by Arabic tongue or Arabic language, and it is kind of ibadah when you recite it. When you recite the Quran, it is ibadah. It's worship by your tongue. And it transmitted to us by tawatur. Tawatur means a chain of narrators till it comes to us. And it's written in the Masahif. And we have to believe that the Quran is one of the attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal. And it has to know that the Quran is Allah spoke the Quran from letter and sound, and He stored the Quran in the preserved tablet 50,000 years before He created the heaven, and His arsh was above the water. And then the Quran descended to the sky of the dunya all at once, and then there is a house in the dunya called Baytul Izzah, the bride house, and then from this house it descended accordingly to the occasion during the 23 years Prophet Muhammad sallam received this Quran. So Quran is the word of Allah. It's not a creation. It is one of the attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal. Then we have to believe that the Quran is the last divine book, and it is controlling and updating all the previous book. Then the fourth pillars of Iman, believe in the messengers. And we have to believe in all the messengers and the Prophet, even we don't know the names. Denying one messenger it will let the person kafir. If you deny any one of the prophets, and you say, I don't believe, for example, in Isa, I don't believe in Musa, no, you be kafir. You have to believe in all the prophets. If you don't know the names, just believe generally all the prophets, and then you believe specifically the name that Allah mentioned. There is no specific number of the prophet and messenger. And by the way, there is a difference between messenger and the prophet. Very simple. If someone asks you from your Muslim, sometimes you say messenger, sometimes say prophet. What's the difference? So more likely the prophet, that the one Allah informed him about himself, that he's the Lord of the creation, he's a God, but he didn't command him to inform the others. And he don't have a book, don't have a sharia, don't have a rule, a laws. While the messenger, Allah inform him, but command him to inform the other, and He give him the sharia, give him the books, and more likely the prophet follow the sharia of the messenger. Right. Then we have believe that all human are, all the messengers are human. They don't have any features other than human. So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, don't elevate myself to like the Nasara did with Isa alayhi salam. They said he's a God, son of God. فَقَالَ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ, I'm just a human being. So you have to know that, very important to know that the human being are, or the bash or the malaika are human being. Also, we have to know that Allah give them, some of the prophet, a mu'jiza, a ayah, a miracle, which support them. So al-mu'jiza, the word mu'jiza never mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah. Allah mentioned ayah or bayina, evidence or ayah. but mu'jiza means that something miracle out of يعني understanding, as you said. So you have to know and believe in this mu'jizat, or this ayat. Allah give it to His prophets, like the ship, as-safina, which prophet? Nuh. An-naqa, she camel, which prophet? Who prophet?
Sorry.
Salih. Um, Softening of the iron, and the mountain do tasbih, and whereas the bird, whose prophet? Dawood, you are under your name. تسخير الريح والطير والجن. So Allah lets one of the prophet that they are able to يعني use the wind, use the bird, use the jinn. Who's this prophet? Sulaiman. Sulaiman. And also one of the miracles that Allah gave it to one of the prophets, that the fire did not burn him while when the people put him, Ibrahim alayhi salam. Also the asa, the stick, and the hand. Prophet Musa, he used a stick when he debate with the magician, and also use a stick when he strike the sea, and then it become land, and then strike again. And then also use a stick when his people ask a water, he strike the rock and became 12 springs. Also Isa ibn Maryam radiallahu anhu, Allah gave him the ability to cure the one who have a skin disease, and the one who cannot see, and also to relive the deaths by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. And for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah gave him the continuance ayah, which is a Quran. Every generation will believe that the Quran is a miracle from Allah Azza wa Jal. It's a word of Allah Azza wa Jal. And also Isra and Mi'raj, one of the miracles that Allah gave him to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also splitting the moon, a lot. And there is in Sunnah different hadith showing how is Allah give Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like he spoke with a she camel while she weeping because her owner burdened her and didn't give her food, and she became to Prophet and she complaining. This is hadith sahih. Also in Bukhari. Also in when they make a member for him, member اسمه ايه, bulb. Yeah, and he left his trunk, the tree trunk. He heard some sound coming from this tree trunk, and he come and he put his hand on this trunk until it stopped. So all this miracle, a lot of miracle falls. We maybe explain some of them in the Sunnah section in this course, inshallah. Then there are some features of the prophets. There are 9 actually. They are specific for the prophet. First one is the revelation. No one received revelation except the prophet. If someone came and said, I got a revelation, this is a liar. So and he be a kafir is believing that because only Allah sent the revelation to the messenger and the prophet. Also al-ismatu fi at-tahammul wa at-tabligh wa min al-kabair. So Allah protect them in doing mistake when they give or they say the revelation to their people. So there's no mistake. And also Allah protect them from the kaba'ir. They are not, Allah save them from doing a major sins. Also one of the features of the Anbiya, تنام أعينهم ولا تنام قلوبهم. So the eye can be sleep, but the heart does not sleep. They like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he prayed the night prayer, and then it seems to the Aisha that he slept, but and then he went, he wake up and went to Salah without making wudu, and then Sayyidah Aisha said, surprised, because she saw him slept. And then he explained to her that his eyes only slept, but my heart still awake. And then he explained this is special for the prophets. Also, يخيرون عند الموت. And the death period or the death time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said Aisha narrated that he said, بل الرفيق الأعلى. No, but the highest companions. And then she said that he said that the prophets or the messenger, when the Malakul Maut comes to take their soul, Allah asks them either to give them the eternal life in the dunya, or go to Allah, to the heaven, to the Jannah, and then they select to go to Allah. Also, every prophet before he passed away, Allah will show to him his spot in the Jannah. And also one of the features of the prophets and messenger, they buried in the place they die. As you can see, Prophet Muhammad grave in his room. They didn't move it to Al-Baqiyah. And by the way, maybe someone argue about the presence of the grave of Prophet Muhammad in the masjid and saying it is now allowed to have a grave inside the masjid. But if you look to the history, as we explained in the Seerah and Sunnah session, inshallah, the grave of Prophet Muhammad wasn't inside the masjid. It was in the room of the Aisha, and the room of Aisha was outside the masjid, but because of expansion, they added, but we're back to the original, which is not in the masjid. Also, although this hadith maybe have some weakness, but we mentioned that the land did not what's called the bodies of the prophet did not decay by the land. But this hadith has weakness, but some scholar accepted type. Also, one of the features, they are praying in the grave, like Musa alayhi salam, when Prophet Muhammad in Isra and Mi'raj saw Musa in his grave praying. Also, لا يورثون وما تركوه صلة. They don't have inheritance. If something left, it has to be given as a sadaqah, charity. And this is character attributes of the prophet.
هم أحياء في قبورهم يصلون.
نعم. الله أعلم. الله على كل شيء قدير. يعني Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw Jibril, saw Musa in his grave praying. This hayatul barzakh. Some scholars say this is a life of the barzakh inside the grave. It's not like life in the dunya, but they died from the dunya, but they are now in a grave life, which is a barzakh haya, different haya, different conditions. So the human has different stages of life. The first life in the back of the Adam. Second life in the back of his father. Third life in the dunya. Fourth life, the grave. Fifth life when he before that in the tummy of his mother. Then the life of the dunya, and then in the grave. Then when he is resurrection day is also different life. So all of these lives have different conditions. In order to perfect your iman of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have to fulfill these 5 things. To believe what he mentioned. If he told us something, we have to believe it. Also, to follow what he commands us, and stay away from what he prohibits us, and have try to copy him externally and internally. His appearance and his akhlaq internal. Also, when you hear his name, say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, alayhi salatu wasalam. Then these are miracles of the prophets. Sometimes Allah gives a miracle to his awliya, to his righteous people. These with 2 conditions in order to accept the awliya. احمد بس كده شوف المسج خلاص افتح كده طب خلاص مش مشكله. طب هات الموبايل، هاته كده معلش، هاته لا حد لا مسج سكند. Abu Hamza is watching with us. تمام. Keep this line. Okay, brother Mohsen, brother Abu Hamza, do you have any question? Everything good? You can speak if you want. Okay. So we're about to finish, inshallah, soon, inshallah. Then the karamatul awliya, or the prophets, the righteous people, karama, is like a miracle for the prophets, but it has to be for someone who didn't claim that he's a prophet. So if he said this karama because I'm a prophet, don't believe in him. There's no prophet after Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no messenger after him. Also, it has to be a salih person, have a taqwa, a righteous person. So it's not يعني a فاسق. والإمام الشافعي have a saying here: if you see the man walking the water, flying in the air, don't believe him unless you see his sunnah. Does he has sunnah? Does he follow sunnah? Does he the one of these the people, or maybe this is the from by the help of the shaitan? So this is one of the things. Also, we have to affirm to Sahaba the rights. We have to believe in their advantages over the other, and we have to love them and to show wala, loyalty to them. طيب also الكف عما شجر بينهم وأنهم مجتهدون يدورون بين الأجر والأجرين. So we have to stop talking about what happened between them. We believe they both of them did ijtihad, and did ijtihad, Allah would accept the one who reached the correct opinion by twice reward, and the one who didn't reach the correct opinion by one reward. So don't accuse or insult any Sahabi. A Sahaba, Allah select them to give us the deen, and starting insulting them, starting accusing them, it will lead you to يعني a fitna, a great fitna. So whatever you read in the history book, especially the history book, is a very very tricky one, because most of the history does not have any chain of narration checking, just saying, and we so we have to stop saying any dispute happened between them, and then you leave them of their ijtihad. Allah reward them inshallah.
هل قول مالك في هذا الباب بيسب الصحابة راجح يعني
ايش
الذي
ليس لهم من الفيء؟
انهم يعني لا انهم الذي يسب
ما
الصحابة.
هو رأي الإمام مالك about the one who insulting the Sahaba has no share in the war bounty or the war spoil. This indicates that he is not among the believer. His opinion that
Is that true? Is that راجح?
His opinion, his opinion, but he insulting the Sahaba depends. This insulting, of course, is a kabira, is a but to say the kafir, you have to يعني investigate more. But he didn't say he's a kafir. He said he has no rights to take the share of the inheritance of the fate or the war spoil. But he didn't say he's a kafir. Different than if you insult al-Mu'mineen Aisha radiallahu anha. Different. If you insult al-Mu'mineen Aisha, is a kafir, of course, because if you said that she commit zina, this is a kafir, because Allah mentioned in the Surah An-Nur that declaration that she's it's a fake news came. The fifth chapter is believe in the last day. Generally, you have to know there is 10 major signs of Yawm al-Qiyamah: the Dajjal, the Antichrist, the descending of Isa, coming of Ya'juj and Ma'juj, and Khuruj al-Dabba, the Dabba, or the beast that comes to speak with the people and stamp on the nose of the people, hypocrite or non-hypocrite. Also, the sun comes from the west, and the Dukhan, the smoke, a great earthquakes in the east, a great earthquakes in the west, and earthquakes in the Jaziratul Arab, the Arab land. And also a fire comes from the Aden in Yemen, pushing the people toward resurrection land. So this is just simply, if they ask about the belief in there will be a last day, why? If someone asks you about why we have to believe in the last day, because Allah said that will be a last day, and also Prophet Muhammad sallam said it be a last day. And if you want to give them a reason, very simple: this life is a short life, and during this life maybe people will be oppressed, and maybe they don't have any يعني time to take their rights, and then خلاص, the dunya is finished. So what happened for them? Then it has to be another day, then they take their rights in this case. This is one of the reason. But by the way, we as a Muslim, as a believer, when we come to any news or any thing comes from Allah Azza wa Jal, we have to believe in it without even know the reason. If we know the reason, that's fine. But if there is no reason apparently for us, we have to believe it. And by the way, I would like just to give a very hint, and Mohsin, if you pay attention with me, please. This is important for da'wah. Are you with me? I can see you. Okay, okay. طيب, okay. Um, in da'wah, there are different approaches um, in um, in inviting the new Muslim, the non-Muslim to Islam. Some people, most of the strategies that currently happen everywhere is to try to debate with the non-Muslim in a logic basics, or using some of the logics concepts, some of the and these are very tricky, very tricky. Why? Imam Malik, a person came to him, want to debate with him, and then, you know this story? And then he said to him, what about if you win this debate? And then he said, you have to follow my opinion. And then he said, what about if someone came after me and he also debate with you and he won this debate? And then he said, I have to follow him. So, and then he said, then we leave our deen moving between opinion and opinions. The same, if you start to with a non-Muslim to debate with them and try to set some of the strategy to convince them about Islam, this strategy not from the Quran, this maybe come to the point, maybe he have a good wording, maybe have a good skills of debating, and then you confuse you, and then what happened? But the best way of having that in da'wah, وذكر بالقرآن فذكر بالقرآن, remind him by the Quran. Look, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he start to argue or start debate with a kuffar, he didn't do the logical approach of that. He bring them the ayat in the Quran that showed that there is a creator. They bring them the ayat in the Quran that show it, if there is a more than one God, there will be a fighting between together. All these ayat mention it. So if you bring the ayat from the Quran and make this a basis of your da'wah, like some brother recently, they did an open mosque, mashallah. And then the thing that I like it in their poster, they use the ayat of Quran, the verse of the Quran, as a basis of introduce Islam to the others. Very important, very important. If you use the Quran, take from the verse of the Quran what you need. And but if you start to use some of the argument, some of the concept of logic, then they can use the same, and then you are now human against human. He give human opinion and you give human opinion, and then depends on your skill and his skill. But if you use the Quran, now Allah is you. So now Allah support you. So this case is the best way, and this we have to focus from now, inshallah, for training the dua who doing the da'wah, to give them skills how to start their da'wah by reminding by the verse of the Quran, how they use the verse of the Quran in order to strengthen their argument, strengthen the opinion. And look, if you find the other side start to argue and try to, this wasting time, by the way, they waste your time and waste your energy. And look, at the end, the gun is from Allah Azza wa Jal. No one accept guns except by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. So the thing here of the last day sign, the great signs, and maybe some start to argue about that. As I said, we have to believe in last day as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah told us. Also, in this particular point, we have to believe that there is a trial, a fitna for in the grave. The malakain, two angels will come to you and ask you, what is your Lord, what is your religion, who is your prophet? And also we have to believe that there is a grave punishment and grave reward. Also, we believe that in the last day have 7 things. First, the resurrection, or the البعث اللي هو بيسموه resurrection, والحشر resurrection برضه ليه؟
حشر يعني gathering,
yeah, the Ba'ath, resurrection, and the Hajj, gathering the people again. And also we have to believe the Hawd, the fountain of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the prophets have fountain, but the biggest one is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We'll not go through that in details. this is not the place of explanation. This is a place. They just was very simple. I also believe in the scale. Scale, there will be scale. This scale has two panels, and the person will be weight. The amal, the deed will be weight, and also the sheets of the malaika will be weight. Also, we believe that there is intercession, shafa'at in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the greatest shafa'a to start the hisab. He has the shafa'a also that to save the believer from the hellfire. Also, we have intercession to increase the rank or the level of the believer in the Jannah. Also has shafa'a for his uncle to have the least punishment. Also, he has shafa'a for the people who commit major sins from his ummah. This also have to believe this shafa'a. Also believe in the sirat. Sirat that will be like a bridge, and it's very sharp. And under the bridge there will be the Jahannam. And on the side there is like a hawks and spines will snatch the people, and the people either will be dropped in the hellfire or injured, and then they walk until they reach the other side. And before they enter the Jannah, once you reach the other side, that you're safe. And then, but before you enter the Jannah, there is another bridge called Qantara. This bridge will every Muslim, every mu'min will stay before enter the Jannah in order to take the right from his brother. If someone hit the other, if someone steals something from the other, both of believer, both will enter the Jannah. But before they enter Jannah, they have to be purified and clean themselves by taking the rights or taking their haqq from the others. And then you believe there is a Jannah and there is a nar. The Jannah, paradise, the nar is a hellfire. And Allah created them, it's existed now. And they never die, they never finish. We have to believe in that. Also, we have to believe that the intercession has to be done by the permission from Allah Azza wa Jal. If someone wants intercession in the Day of Judgment, Allah have to accept and give the permission to the one who do the shafa. Also, we have to believe that a Muslim person who commit ma'asi, commit major sins, but he didn't repent to Allah Azza wa Jal before he died, he's still Muslim, and he will be under the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. He may punish him or may forgive him. Right. Last thing today, inshallah, quickly finish inshallah before 8, inshallah. Al-imanu bil-qada'i wal-qadar. To believe in the qada and qadar. The qada is the decision or judgment, and qadar is a destiny. Qada and qadar is sometimes replace each other. Qada, qadar, qadar, qada, destiny, judgment. So what is different between qada and qadar? More likely, the qadar, that everything Allah wrote it before He created the heaven till the end of the life. It's called qadar, destiny. Qada is the daily or the thing that Allah descended to the earth day by day. Allah qada this day to do such and such. Allah qada this year to do such and such. But qadar is all the determinations Allah determined. This one explanation of the qada and qadar, but sometimes it has a similar meaning. We have to believe in qadar of Allah Azza wa Jal, that Allah Azza wa Jal know everything and wrote everything and control everything and created everything. 4 things: knowledge, creation, will, and recording. Right. So we have to believe that Allah record everything of all the creation, and also know everything about the creation, and also control everything. His Mashiach, His will, control everything, and also created everything. But He give to the human a Mashiach as well, a will. But this Mashiach is under Allah Azza wa Jal Mashiach. It cannot be against the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. So every human don't know what Allah wrote for him. Either he be a kafir, be a Muslim. So he just take the effort or do the effort in order to be amongst the believer, and then leave it to Allah Azza wa Jal. Like also, Allah Azza wa Jal determine the maqadir, the determination on 5 stages. 5 stages. First, التقدير الأزلي, the initial determination or qadar, when Allah Azza wa Jal wrote all the determination, all the destiny 50,000 years before He created the heaven and earth, and His arsh, His throne was above the water. And also التقدير الميثاق, mithaq, the covenant that Allah took from all the creation when He took this creation from the back of Adam alayhi salam, as mentioned Surah Al-A'raf, وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكَ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ مِنْ ظُهُورِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ وأشهدهم على أنفسكم ألست بربكم قالوا بلى. So Allah took this covenant from the back of the Adam, all the creation, to do not worship someone except him. And then التقدير العمري, when Allah Azza wa Jal sends a malak to the baby in his mother womb and blow his ruh, and the malak will write the ajal, the lifetime, and the amal, and the rizq, and shaqi and sa'id, miserable or happy. This also one of the determination of destiny. Also التقدير الحولي. So every year in Laylatul Qadr, Allah descends the maqadir, the determination and the destiny of the next year. Who will die, who will go to Hajj, such and such. And التقدير اليومي, every day Allah Azza wa Jal descend the maqadir or the qada daily, on daily basis. So we have to believe in all of that. Like, this is so far a summary of the Aqidah. Summary of the belief of Ahl Sunnah, and as you can see, which we just touch the surface of these things, but then at this stage we need just for the new Muslim to know that. Don't go with them with the differences between the different sects that came after the Sahaba and the Tabi'een. Don't go in details. Just present for them the pure belief, the pure Aqidah, and the belief of the Sahaba and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. ممتاز. في بقى الشرح بتاعه اللي انا بقرا منه دلوقتي، مش قراته مع الشيخ ان شاء الله، شيخي explain to me. So this is the concept of the Aqidah. The first session today, alhamdulillah, finish. Next time, inshallah, Friday, we'll do with the fiqh. After we finish the belief, we go to the ibadah. Fiqh is very important for you if you want to teach the new Muslim, because you will see a lot of differences between the madhahib, like different from Maliki to Hanafi to Hanbali to Shafi'i, and then the new Muslim will be confused. So I will set for you a basics that agreed between all the madhahib. I will not go through the difference in opinions. I will give you how to teach them the salah according to agreement between all the madhahib. I will not go through the details that maybe varies between madhab to the madhab, and let this as a basics for you to teach the new Muslim the salah, how they perform salah generally, without going through details of the madhahib differences. Right. Any question? Right. Barakallah fiqh. So every Friday, inshallah, this lesson will be happening, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Do you want to see if...
any question? Do you have any question, Muhsin and brother Ilyas? If you have any question, can you test the microphone just to check you are working? You speaking now? I cannot hear you. أحمد طب شيل الميكروفون هنا، شيل. أيوه. السلام عليكم. Can you hear me? طب anyway, no problem. طيب خلاص. That's fine, inshallah. See, inshallah, next Friday, inshallah, with the fiqh session, inshallah. And all of that recording on the Facebook, inshallah. If you miss that, you can read it, listen again. Assalamu alaikum.